everybody. Today is Monday, December 11th, another day here in Taipei. So today we're going hiking today. So before we hike, I need to buy some snacks so I don't starve while hiking. But we're gonna head to 7-Eleven first and then we're gonna go towards our hiking path. So I pretty much just picked up a couple bags of chips here and also some water in order to prepare myself for this hike. But I highly suggest that you do the same thing as well. You either stop by a convenience store or a grocery store. Depending on which trail that you take later on, some of the trails can actually take up to 4 hours in order to complete. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna get hungry at some point in time. Also, just a side note, I wanted to call out that the bottle that I just grabbed is actually sparkling water. So if you don't enjoy sparkling water, avoid this bottle that I just grabbed. I'm not the biggest fan of sparkling water, and unfortunately for me, I found out about this 2 hours later during my hike. So don't make the same mistakes that I did. The place that we're heading to is called Leopard Mountain, and it's literally right next to Taipei, and it's pretty easy to get to, especially by public transportation by using the train or buses. The map that I'm showing you right here is actually the Leopard Mountains, which is made out of 4 different mountains and hiking trails, which are the Elephant, Tiger, Leopard, and Lion Mountain. I'll be taking the blue route, which is the Elephant Trail, and also the green route, which is the 9-5 Peak Trail. And if you want access to this map, check out in my description box below for a link, and I'll send you to Google Maps where there'll be more in-depth information about the trails and also pictures of what you might see on the trail as well. Alright, here's the entrance to Elephant Mountain. So there's multiple trails throughout this entire area. The reasoning behind calling this Elephant Mountain is because of the shape. So here's the trunk, here is the head. Where are the ears? The ears right here. Definitely, if you don't like stairs, you'll probably hate this place. Seeing how this is like really steep, endless stairs. Definitely getting a workout right now. Most strenuous activity that I've done so far. Whew. Gotta hold on the handrail. We're not even up that high yet, but you get a pretty awesome view of the city right behind us. Oh. And then here's Taipei 101, that building in the middle right there. It's kind of like a pagoda stacked on top of each other. That building's pretty sweet. And then here's some nice hotels or buildings that are built within this forest. I'm not an experienced hiker and not the most athletic person, however I do consider myself somewhat fit. And this place definitely is a challenge for me in order to go up all these steps. So I'm from the Midwest where everything is flat, and if I had to compare this place to a city in the US, I would have to say is that it's kind of like San Francisco. There's tons of hills here and the steepness here is pretty intense. However, keep going up these steps because as you continue higher up these steps, you'll get a better view in return. And the city view of Taipei is amazing up here. And the view only gets better from here on out, so if you go up even higher along the stairs, you're gonna get an entire view of the skyline of Taipei, and it's amazing. And you can also see some of the mountains in the distance. Unfortunately for me, it was a little bit cloudy, so I couldn't see way off into the distance, but hopefully if you do decide to visit one day, it'll be sunny that day. This spot's a pretty good photo spot, and you can't really miss these spots as you continue to go up the stairs since there's really only one main path in order to hike along the trail. After you finish taking your photos and videos here, now it's a pretty good time in order to decide what you might want to do next here. So there's pretty much 3 options that you could choose. So the first being is that you could just turn around to where you came from to the entrance and just leave Elephant Mountain. The second option is to just continue along the path to exit on the other side. The third option that you could take is to continue along Elephant Mountain's path, and then that'll connect towards the 9-5 Peak path, and that'll take about an hour and a half in order to get up there and an hour and a half in order to get back. So you really need to decide on what you want to do next. Alright, definitely gonna relax for a bit, enjoy the scenery, you know, and then also have a quick snack. Doritos! Okay, so the ones that we got are the Thai pepper chicken. So let's try some Thai pepper chicken on top of this mountain. Alright, we're gonna try one of these. Smells like tortilla chip. Just okay. It's a little bit salty, you get a little bit of lime. You can sort of taste the chicken, but I still taste more like spices. But it's just an okay chip. I'd rather eat the real chicken or turkey one that Lay's has. But we're just gonna snack on these for now. I'm currently at the last restroom stop, and I highly suggest that you use it before we head off, and we're gonna head towards Nangangshan and Jiwufeng where 95 Peak is around, and it'll probably be about 3 to 4 hours before we actually see another restroom again, so be sure to use it. Also in this area there's some outdoor exercise equipment that you can use in this area as well. Here I am all out of breath, and then there's this guy working out like a beast. Probably like young whippersnappers can't handle this little walk. Walk this every day. After having our snack and freshening up at the pit stop, we're now gonna head on towards 95 Peak. And this trail to me was a lot easier than going up the Elephant Mountain Trail. So the Elephant Mountain Trail has a lot of steps that are very steep, and the incline is kind of insane. However, the 95 trail may be just as challenging due to the amount of time it takes in order to get to the top of the peak and the amount of time it takes to get back down. So like along this path there's also a lot of side paths for, I'm guessing it's a lot of temples or shrines that were built in order to honor them. But it's very, very beautiful. Oh, quite amazing. Oh, man. Stairmasters are nothing compared to these steps. So we're heading towards the highest peak, but it doesn't ramp up smoothly, so it just starts winding up like suddenly. If you're looking for good exercise, maybe you do this every day or every other day. Whew. Because there's some elderly people that I saw, definitely those people, they probably come up this hill like it's nothing every day. They're like, yeah, this is a light stroll for us. For me, this is like a marathon right now. But so far it's been pretty sweet. Like, nice mountain breeze, the air feels clean. There's no bugs, I'm happy. If there was bugs, this trip would have been over in a heartbeat. Only 600 more meters to Jiwu Peak. I don't know how much 600 meters is. Might have to Google this. Oh, not too bad, we're almost there. 600 meters is 0.37 miles. And this is how you know once you reach the top of the peak. So, I'm assuming this says end or fin, but this is the top of the peak. If you stand on top of this rock, you can see the entire city of Taipei, and everything looks so tiny compared to the views that we saw earlier along the trail, and this view here is amazing. Once I got to the top, I was the only one up here, so I only saw a couple people actually going all the way up to the peak. So if you actually make it up here, you kind of have a private view of the entire city to yourself. Oh, definitely feels so cool. It's really breezy up here. Definitely kind of scared a little bit. I hope there's no sudden gust that just blows me off this rock. But for the most part, it feels awesome climbing up at the top of this mountain. So definitely something I've never done before, climbing up a mountain. After, let's see, it took me about two hours and something in order to climb all the way to the top. Definitely sweated, burned a lot of calories, but it was worth it. So recommend you guys coming up here. You get a really nice view of the city, plus like it's free. So just come here when it's not rainy, or maybe when it's not too cloudy either, but for the most part, it's worth the nature hike. So the trail continues to other parts of the mountain as well, but I think I'm probably just gonna head back. By the time I head back down, hopefully the sun will be setting, so maybe I'll get a couple cool shots of the sunset, but for the most part, definitely hungry. So I had a light snack up here on top of the mountain, had some chips, some water, and then we headed back down the trail, which probably took about another hour and a half to 2 hours or so in order to catch the beautiful view of the night sky of Taipei. And the view at night of Taipei is just as beautiful as it was during the day. So if you time it correctly, you'll be able to catch the sunset. And I did catch the sunset. However, where I was recording, I hung my camera on top of a tree, and I didn't realize that this tree was really wobbly. So my footage was a little bit shaky. Alright, so we made it down Beast Mountain, or the Elephant Mountain, and 95 Peak. But pretty much is the entrance that you want to go to if you're coming up here. Pretty exhausted right now. But we're gonna have to go grab some food, and we're gonna be heading towards Taipei 101, which is that massive building that we saw throughout our entire hike today. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 2.